Lexus says they're going to send an NX 350 to do a review on. Here's what it looks like, although I don't think it comes with a bow on the hood. So let's see what an NX costs. The base NX 250, 39 grand, NX 350H hybrid. I think that's what we're getting, 42,700. NX 350, NX 350F Sport, NX 450H, that's a plug-in hybrid, 57 grand, wow. And the NX 450H plus F Sport, that's way up there. Look at those prices. Alright, finally got the paperwork. Looks like we got the NX 350H Luxury with a green pearl paint job. Well, at least it's made in Japan in the Japanese factory by Japanese workers, which means it has higher quality than some of the Japanese stuff we get made in other countries, allegedly. Starting price $48,500, but look at all these options to jack the price up. I'm not going to read all this, I'll just show it. If you want to freeze frame to read it, go ahead, otherwise we'll continue. Charging $110 for a cargo mat on a $50,000 vehicle. Come on, guys, what are you thinking? Why do they do this? Lexus isn't the only one that pulls this stunt. This should be standard, don't you think? Rear bumper protector and side puddle lamp. Shouldn't that be standard too? Guess not. But either way, here's what you're going to have to pay. And here's the claim fuel economy. We'll compare this to the other models as we take this out on the street and look under the hood. Alright, we're at our storage and test facility. Let's roll out this Lexus and see what it looks like. Not a bad looking machine, and some people don't like that big grill, but it doesn't bother me. Makes it look unique in my book. Here's a side view, and I like these wheels. Some people don't. And the rear view. And the Toyota Lexus people wisely moved from California to Texas. Far better place to live in my book. I might get some hate mail about that comment, but I don't care. It's true. And the first thing we want to do when we get a hybrid is check and see if there's a spare tire. We got that with all the Toyota hybrids we've had, but I hear this doesn't come with one. Yep, cover seems to be bare. At least we know where the battery is. Obviously, the lack of a spare tire means you will not be taking this off-road unless you're rather foolish and looking for a problem. So, in my case, we brought a spare tire repair kit, just in case. I see we got triple beam bulbs in here. As we do in all our videos, we're going to take this out in the dark and test the headlights and do some night driving, part 3 of the video. The NX series comes with many different engines, a base 2.5 liter, putting out 203 horsepower, rate 26 to 33 mpg. The most powerful, a 2.4 liter turbo, putting out 275 horsepower, rate 25 mpg average, or 22 to 29 mpg. And there's also the NX 450 plug-in hybrid. That's a totally different vehicle, totally different video. Save that for another time. This is the NX 350H, H for hybrid, all-wheel drive. Electric motor in the front, electric motor in the rear. This has a 2.5 liter gasoline engine. I think the horsepower is around 189, but you add the 2 electric motors, brings it a total of 239 in unit case. Fuel economy rating, we already saw on the price sticker, averaging around 39 claimed. We'll find out soon enough. Let's step inside the cabin and take a look. And by the way, these are not mechanical doors, these are electric buttons. Press the button. So what do you do if the battery goes dead? How do you get in the vehicle? I haven't looked that up yet. Hope I don't have to find out the hard way. And if you want to open the door from the inside, this is also electric. Again, what do you do if the battery goes dead or something shorts out? How do I get out of the vehicle? Roll the window down? Well, those are power windows too. Again, I'll have to look that up. I don't get trapped in here. But there is good news, so I'm not complaining. Lexus has finally done away with that stupid asinine, troublesome finger touch pad they had down here for the controller to operate the radio and other features. It's gone. Replaced with a couple of cup holders. Thank you, finally. Everything is operated on this screen here. Let's see, we have a volume knob, but no tuning knob. You have to do that. Well, I'll figure that out later. I think this is a 14-inch screen, if I read the spec sheet right. Oh, it's wide enough in any case, trust me. It's difficult to show all the features on a system like this because of the reflection we get off the screen, which isn't as bad in person as it is when you have a camera reflecting all the glare. I can tell you the climate control is very simple to use. Adjust the temperature here, fan speed there. And here's a pleasant surprise. Right now we have it in the glass mirror mode, but push the magic button. It now connects to a rear-view camera with a very, very wide spread and excellent clarity. Oh, this is nice. Getting something for our money here. We have a drive mode button, Eco, Sport, or Normal. Nice clarity, wide view. And during that time, I find out you can actually open the door manually by sticking your finger behind here and pulling. So if your battery goes dead, you won't be trapped in your car. Good to know. And this is the average fuel economy we're getting. I've been trying to reset this and can't figure out how to do it. They didn't make it easy, so we'll have to talk about that a little bit later. Alright, I'm tired of playing with these buttons. Let's go out and do some driving. Steering feels pretty good. You can tell it's electric, but still better than what I got in the Toyota hybrids lately. A bit more, shall we say, heft and feel. As we do in all of our videos, going to do some mild speed humps. See how the suspension performs on impact. Here comes bump number 1. That was smooth enough. Bump number 2. And here's the nasty one, the biggest of all. Still pretty smooth, no complaints. Acceleration is not a tire burner, but we got enough grunt to reach 60 miles per hour quick enough in the sport mode. Yeah, lots of bottom end torque. Decent brakes, and the pedal feel isn't mushy like we get on many hybrids. This hybrid can be taken off-road if you want to play in the dirt, but it's not a good idea with street tires and no spare tire at all. Tread carefully. I've been driving this for around 3 days, mostly city commuting, and fuel economy staying pretty much around 34 mpg. 33, 35 actually. And we're going to reset the fuel economy, take a highway trip. I don't think it's going to be any better than 34 mpg. Hybrids don't work that well on the freeway. Mainly city driving where they do the best, but we'll see. We'll find out real quick. This vehicle is comfortable to drive on the freeway. Smooth ride, quiet enough. Decent passing power. A nice rig for long trips, it would seem. By the way, just for comparison, on the Toyota RAV hybrid, we got around 38 mpg regardless of driving conditions. On the Toyota RAV Hybrid Prime plug-in, got around 34 mpg. We're running on a dead battery and hybrid gasoline only, so should be interesting to see what this one does on the highway. This is a heavier vehicle, so could be getting a bit less. Well, I was getting over 30 mpg, but hit that headwind. Dropped the mileage down to 28. If I get a chance, we'll take this out on the freeway again and try another fuel economy run. This time going downwind maybe. Alright, another day. We'll do another highway test. No wind out, so maybe we'll get some better figures. 39.1. That's a little better. Redeemed itself. So that's my take on this hybrid Lexus. Top of the line if you're into hybrids. This is a nice one to get, but kind of expensive. Let your pocketbook be your guide. It's dark enough. Let's take a look and see how these headlights work. All triple beams on each side. And here's the tail lights. Lots of light to see here. Emergency flashers, not very big, but definitely bright enough. Same in the front. They're definitely better with the headlights turned off, that's for sure. A dinky one on the side mirror. Yeah, better than nothing at all. And definitely very bright from the rear. Impressive considering the small size. And if you want to light up the cabin, the info screen certainly will help you. I'm told it's 14 inches wide. Sounds about right. Lights up the whole cabin. Indeed. And since we're looking at the info screen, let's put the transmission in reverse and look at the rearview camera. Nice resolution. Now that I turn the headlights back on, the brightness from the info screen has toned down a bit in the dark mode. Couldn't drive the other way, you'd be blind. Alright, going back to the headlights, we have the low beams on a wall 33 yards away or 100 feet. Very bright, height is good enough, goes over the bushes, good sign. Go to brights, definitely strong in the middle. If you turn the steering wheel to the left, we have side marker lights. Turn to the right, same thing. So you don't run over all the winos sleeping in the parking lot. And when you open the door in the dark, you'll have the Lexus emblem shining on the floor to remind you what you're driving in the parking lot. Kind of like the bat signal. So let's go to a dark, dingy street. Have a low beams on. High beams. Lights up the road pretty good. You would think for the money we would have active headlights that turn the same direction as you're turning the steering wheel, but I don't see that. There's a program in the computer that sets that up. I haven't found it yet. These headlights are pretty bright and efficient enough the way they are, pointing in a straight line. If you watch my videos, you know one thing I do not like at all are auto-dimming mirrors in a vehicle. At least if they don't have a disconnect switch. But you don't have to worry about that here because if you push the magic button, you have a rear view camera that gives you an excellent wide view of what's in back of you. Or you can turn it back to glass. This is optional. You're not going to get this in the cheaper version, but it's nice to have on the more expensive Lexus models. Having the rear view camera set up in the rear view mirror works great in city traffic. You can see an awful lot behind you and on the sides too. A great idea. It is important to keep the camera lens very clean though. I see I have some dust that's kind of making the view blurry. You have to check it on a daily basis, at least in the desert or in cold weather. And the brights do a good job of lighting up the signs on the freeway. And once again, the rear view camera gives an excellent view of what's in back and beside you on the freeway. If you're in the habit of driving in dark, dingy streets, you don't want to hit pedestrians, I think these lights are pretty good. I have no complaints. In fact, I have no complaints about the night driving on this vehicle at all. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's run over the neighbor's dog. I would say this vehicle passed with flying colors. No complaints from me.